Hello, good day from Sudhanshu. In this video, I will showcase how the student's backup needs to be taken once they've completed the online duration with the Education Institute or once they've completed the 3-year, 4-year degree course with the Education Institute. Okay, there are two backups that individually needs to be taken for each student. One is the email backups and then is the drive backup. First, I will showcase how to take the drive backup and then I will proceed to showcase how to take the email backup. This will have to be done individually for each student. Login into the admin console with the admin email address. Remember to have created the single email address that is particularly used for the backup purposes. On the mini search bar, type transfer, select the second option, transfer ownership. In the from user section, you will mention the student's email address, and in the to section you will mention the backup email address on which the backup of drive would go. Click on transfer files, and that's how quick it is. The transfer of the ownership of the files is being done. Now let us verify. There were three files in this window once we initiated the transfer of files ownership. And how to verify them? Okay, go into the admin backup email address drive, that is drive.google.com. Remember, this is a cut and paste method, so student would lose the access to the files. Type in the email address and you would find a folder with the name of that particular student in which all the student files are taken as the backup. You can access these documents by double clicking on them. Okay, so this is how we need to take the backup of all the students' data. Once the backup is done of the drive, now we will also be taking the backup of Gmail. Let me show you how we can do that. You would have to go to the migration tool, that is accounts, data migration. Initially you would see a screen something similar to this one. Remember, you cannot migrate two email addresses to the same destination email address at one go. You would have to do this individually over the period of time. Wait for the action to complete. Okay, this is how the initial screen looks like. Click on set data migration. Click on select option. Select Google Workspace because it is the transfer of emails are being done from the Google Workspace account to Google Workspace account. Click on start. Select the duration. Custom. Mention the year. It can be year previous to the student's joining year as well. Let's say 2016. However, the student might have joined during the pandemic or later on, but you can still select the previous date, not an issue. Select migrate deleted mails and junk mails. Select the user. Add user. Add the source email address. Before you add the source email address, remember to enable the IMAP on the account. Now let me showcase how you can ask the student to enable the IMAP. That is, the student will have to go into their email address, into the Gmail section. This action needs to be performed by the student before they leave the institute. Just wait. Let me go to user section and verify that the license was allocated to the student. Let me refresh. Just a moment. Okay, let this be the student's Gmail email inbox. We will, for the test purposes, have one of the email addresses sent to this email address. Let's say it is student one. Hello, hello. Click on the send button. Click on view message. Okay, we have one email in the inbox section and one email in the sent box section. So now how would we take the backup? Go into the admin section. Again go into the data migration section under the accounts tab. Click on add user and now type the source email address that would be of a student. Mention the email address where you want the backup of emails to go to. In this scenario, it could be info@wakemeupagent.com. Okay, wait for it to complete the process. Remember, you cannot have this so destination email addresses at multiple times. So this step is going to be time consuming, and for each student you would have to do this individually. Okay, once the student has the access, it may be possible that during the migration you might see an error, which is something as good as 18015. That is the code of the error. That is an IMAP error. To remove the IMAP error, ask your student before they leave the education institute to enable the IMAP on their Gmail account. Okay. Wait for it to show the progress bar. While the data migration of Drive is very fast, data migration of Gmail takes a lot of time. Let me check. Okay, for some reason the IMAP was enabled on this account by default. Or if the IMAP error appears in the admin console, ask your student to enable the IMAP and click on the save button. Now emails from student's account are being transferred to the backup email address. Once this is complete, we will verify in the Gmail console of the backup email address that all the emails are being received. Remember that while the transfer of drives are a cut paste method, the transfer of emails are a copy paste method. Transfer of emails could take a longer duration. Let us meanwhile go to the backup email address inbox to verify that the email is received. Okay. This is the email address. This is the inbox and this is the email that has been received. The inbox is of info and the email was sent by Sudhan student1 to student1. So we do have the backup. Wait for connection to terminate successfully. Do not terminate the connection yourself pre-hand. Wait for it to show 100% complete. Yes, there we have it. So once you've done it for one student, again add the source email address, that is for, let's say, student2 at your education institute email address and initiate the process. If you do not have the passwords of your students, what you can do is you can go into the user directory, go into the particular user and change their email address by hovering over their email address. Reset the password and then initiate the action at your end. Thank you. Good day. Bye bye.